from FitQuest. And this is a bike.
I like your outfit, my love.
Well, thank you. I'm super comfy. And you know what? FitQuest did something that hasn't been done in, I don't know, 100 years. They reimagined the bike.
Yes.
Because you'll notice there's no handle. Here, there are handles on the side. So now it's easier for me to get on and get off. If I need to pull it up to my desk and work, I can do that.
Yes.
I mean, it just makes it easy with this design. It is a stationary, it's called the Flex Cruiser. It's a stationary bike. It comes with the Echelon app. Again, we'll talk about that in just a moment. But we also took $40 off of our regular HSN price because now we're at the end of January and some people, you haven't fallen off of your New Year's resolutions yet. You just kind of need to get yourself organized. And with this bike, I think it makes it easy to have it at home and to fit it into our daily lives, don't you?
Right. I mean, I need a new job. I'm already out of breath again. I might get fired. They'll be like, stop heavy breathing into the microphone. Welcome back. If you've been with us, we've been showing you some really innovative, amazingly easy ways to get back in shape. Again, if you've started your January, maybe you have fallen off, Tamara. I know a lot of people that kind of fall off towards the end, or they go 31 days hardcore, and then, you know, they're burnt out. With the Flex Cruiser bike, at FitQuest, we're trying to reinvent. We do reinvent the wheel all the time because the two ladies who come up with the products, Jessica and Larry, right, they are you. They are working women with families that have no time. So we have to now, we have to give you things that fit into your day. Right. So my Flex Cruiser bike is under my desk. I have a standing desk so I can raise it. Yes. But now I'm not encumbered with handles. Right. What we have for you is a really stable, easy way to get started on a cardiovascular and body toning routine. It's a recumbent bike position. So you can see it's very easy to get on and off. You could either hold on to the handle, step through. You could even back up onto it and just sit down. Nice, amazing, comfortable seat. It's got more meat than my seat, this one. It's absolutely brilliant. Not one of those horribly uncomfortable bike seats. You've got a padded lumbar support, so you're fully supported, you're comfortable. If you are comfortable, you will use your exercise equipment, right? If we're uncomfortable in 5 minutes, it's all over. You've got adjustable resistance down here. It's magnetic resistance. Now, apart from the clicking, you don't hear anything. Silence. So magnetic resistance is the latest technology instead of big flywheels and noisy things. Because what if I've just had a baby and I'm quiet? What if I'm in an apartment? What if I'm exercising with other people in the home? Right, so nobody's gonna hear you. Resistance, you've got a great display with different modes, and you can check your speed. You can do distance, you can do time, whatever floats your boat, whatever gets you motivated, and you say 5 minutes, I'm gonna sit down, you put your hands on your comfortable handlebar, plus it folds up for easy storage. It's like having an upright vacuum. It'll go in the closet, but I'm not about putting my products, you know, I leave them by my desk, I leave them in the kitchen, I take them in front of the TV because instead of just sitting, our last product we said don't sit, get everything flowing into your joints. And again, cycling, we all know how great cycling is. We're mobilizing the ankles, so the ankles are moving. There's fluid, there's oil going in there. My knees, massively important for mobility. Absolutely. If we don't use it, you lose it.
And this is an easy way to use it, and you're holding in your core. I can't tell you how many times I've seen people on stationary bikes and they're leaning on the handles. And I'm thinking you're not really getting what the bike is supposed to be if you're leaning and you're not letting your core and letting your lower body activate and do the way and work the way it's supposed to. So that's one of the things I love about it. In addition to, you can pull it up to a table or a desk or a counter that you may have in your home. Keep doing your work on the computer while you're exercising. All you're doing to order today is decide, do you want it in purple or do you want it in blue? It's the only decision you have to make. You've got it on FlexPay for $53 and change. It's totally silent. We've got 3 of them going. You don't hear a thing. and we'll talk about assembly. It takes, what, about 20 minutes or so. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
And when you're not using it, you fold it up.
Yep.
It really is that simple. So it's not going to take up a whole lot of space, because that's my thing too, is time and space. We allow you to use it at your leisure. You make it a part of your lifestyle, that's your time. But space, when I can fold it up and put it away, I'm good. And if that's you as well, then shop for this on hsn.com or the HSN app, or use that QR code. So since we were talking about folding it up, I see, so all you just pull the pin?
Just a little pin.
Yeah.
Right, so I take the pin out, I fold it up.
Great.
And it's not heavy, right? So I can pop it in. And again, look at that. That's like an upright vacuum.
Yeah.
But I don't like using vacuum cleaners, Tamara. But I do like using bikes.
It's more fun than a vacuum.
It's fully adjustable, so you can also adjust the seat height.
Yes.
But again, it's a recumbent, safe, supported, comfortable position.
Now, it weighs 28 pounds, okay? But again, when you fold it up and lean it against the wall. It's really, you don't have to like lift it over your head, so no worries about that. And it's got a weight capacity of 220 pounds, which is fantastic.
Which is great. Again, I can't describe the comfort of the seat, right? We didn't skimp on the padding, and that's really important, because our bums, thank goodness, come in all different shapes and sizes.
Right.
Some of you got bony bums, some of you got big bums, and I love them all, right?
Yes.
Because look, you can get them, you just want them comfortable, your lumbar support. So it actually encourages and puts you in the right position. Now, okay, so I get my bike, I take it home, I'm using it, but what if I'm like, oh, I'm not really motivated, right?
Yes.
I adjust my resistance,
Yes.
but that's what's great about the Echelon app. So you bring your hands on your comfortable padded handles here. So you're in the right position. Then I go to my Echelon app, and in the Echelon app, there are live cycle classes. Beginners, if you've never cycled before, I mean, there are people out there that haven't cycled. You log on to your app, you can do a live class, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, and that motivates you. There's kickboxing, there's all kinds, there's yoga, there's dance classes. So what we're trying to do is give you all the tools that you need to get started and get taking care of yourself.
Yes.
I always say, right, you've got to fill your own cup first. We know that you're taking care of others, and this is the problem when there's like life is getting more and more, it's bombarding us. When you're taking care of others, the only person that ends up coming last is usually you.
Yes.
You can't take care of others unless you fill your own cup. Oxygen mask on you first. So now, with simple ways to compound your health and fitness goals. So you know what, if you've got 5 minutes before the kids go to school, sit on your Flex Express bike. Sit on it. Get 5 minutes in here, 5 minutes in there. It is going to add up. It's getting your joints going. It's getting your lungs and your heart, so you're healthy, cardiovascular, and it's comfortable.
And you can track it. You were seeing that screen where you track your time, your distance, your calories. You're gonna feel so proud of yourself. Let's say you get on for about 5 minutes and you can see how many calories you burn. And then you do that for a little while, and then you bump it up to maybe 7 minutes. Or maybe you say, I'm gonna burn 20 calories before I do the next thing on my to-do list. These are the kinds of things, incremental steps that get you to your goal. It doesn't have to be some big thing. I always say you don't have to run a marathon in order to, unless that's your goal. I mean, in order to get fit, you know, you just want to do a little bit more today than you did yesterday. And this allows you to do that at home, in front of your big screen TV, or while you're talking to your family, or in the middle of the night when you can't sleep, but everybody else is. What are you gonna do? Walk around the house and twiddle your thumbs?
Not vacuum.
Not vacuum.
Right? This is way quieter than a vacuum. Heck of a look. And it's so much more fun than vacuuming.
Right. You get on your FitQuest. And it's on sale. And we've reduced the shipping, which is fantastic. The Flex Pay is $53. Assembly, let's talk about that.
Yeah, so easy, out the box, right? So you've only got a few little things. It took me like 12 minutes. Right? So even if you're a bit thick putting things together and you don't have one of those men things at home, you know, and those teenagers that do nothing, but you can get them to do it for you. Go next door. I have great next door neighbors. I'm like, hi, I can't do this. Can you please be a man and do it? And they do. It's great. So you ought to try that. But it doesn't take long. It's easy. There's not a lot of moving parts. So it comes, you know, mostly fully assembled. You click on your little screen. You've got your, you know, you've got your little pin. You put the seat in. in, and you're good to go.
You're good to go. We estimate one person 20 minutes, but that's a high estimate. It might take you 10, you know? But you get it home and you start using it. The only thing you have to add are 2 AA batteries for that screen. And that's it. And guess what? This is what I say when it comes to bikes, we already know how to do it.
Yes.
That term, it's as easy as riding a bike.
Yeah.
I mean, it is.
But now
it's
we're
just
not having to balance
it. That's right.
So it's stable, you're comfortable. Again, my bum feels great. I don't know if my boyfriends, plural, what, would agree with that phrase. I don't know. What do you do? Don't hate the player, hate the game. Right. Just hold on to your hand. I'm joking. Yeah. English bad humor. Your back is supported. My bum feels really good. Right? Again.
Wait, and you're going backwards.
I can do it all, baby. I'm multitasking, multi-talented here.
I love that.
But look, again, switching up your routine. Now, you're not working, so this is just this is if you're a bit bored cycling. And then I go, right, let's bump up the resistance.
Yes.
So actually, all of us, come on, Donna, you as well, darling. You can't just sit there looking gorgeous. You look gorgeous, by the way.
Yes.
Damn, how many years have I worked with you now? About 8 years. She looks great.
Yes.
Right, because we always put her on FitQuest products. But you can dial it up. It's whisper, silent, magnetic resistance. If you go all the way up, you're going to feel it. Again, I always like to say, get your hands on your thighs. Feel it. Toning and strengthening your muscles.
Absolutely.
Me, I'm getting out of breath again.
Right. So, well, let me share with you.
Yeah, you
let
talk
me share
for a bit.
with you. I love that we've got this on, but this is the only show of the day that we're going to be featuring this. And I love that we're doing it midday, because this might be your only kind of alone time for the day. Before everybody, you know, the kids come back from school or what have you, maybe, you know, in the afternoon, in the evening, it gets a little bit crazy in the house. This is your time to make your decision. And if you're saying, yeah, I really do want to get fit, and I thought the gym was going to work, and it's fine, but I would love something to do at home on those days that I can't get out. Some of you are watching us today, and it's real bad weather right outside your window, and there's no way you're going to work out. Instead of foregoing your workout because of the weather, just do it at home. And that's the deal. Once you start and see how comfortable this is, you're going to say, best decision I ever made. And I love bikes because of their ease, because you've already learned how to ride a bike. What did we learn how to ride a bike when we were, what, 5 years old or so? Yep. You already know how to do this. You're just doing it more comfortably on your own time, totally silent. You can use it on any surface. We've got it on hard floors, and you're noticing that even the feet on here are cushioned on the side, so no worries about that, but it will easily work on carpet as well. And you use FlexPay, any major credit card, to get it home. Spread the payment out, but you're getting it home and you're exercising, because Annika, every time you lift your knees, you're working your core, you're working your abs. And on the bike, I mean, it's constant.
Yeah, and you're pushing against the magnetic resistance, right? So you're really working your thighs. So you're going to tighten and tone your thighs. Your core is positioned, comfortable, stable. We're putting you in the exact position for the most safest way to exercise, right? So I'm holding my core. Again, get the pelvic floor going. Yes. Squeeze your bathroom muscles while you're doing this. But for me, it's all about the joint mobility. That's where I know I'm aging. I do stupid things to like wreck my joints, like climbing to Everest Base Camp and stuff like that. But I'm talking about flexibility. Look at the ankle. It's like a natural range of motion around the ankle. So I'm flexing and I'm pointing. My knees are going round and round.
Yeah.
So this is really important, because there's ligaments, 4 ligaments through your knees. And if these don't get blood flow, it's very slow blood flow to your knee ligaments. Right. So we're increasing the blood flow, which helps us be more mobile and more flexible.
Absolutely.
Hips, again, hips are the point where we're like, oh, my back, my lower back, everything runs through the junction of the hip socket.
Yes.
So if you sit at a desk all day long, you maybe wake up and you're like, or sitting in the car on a long journey or a plane ride, you tend to go like, oh, my lower back. Right. But it's because there's a shortening of those tendons and those ligaments through that hip socket. Now, look at this, it's like putting oil in your car. Right? So we take our car for service. We pay money to get it serviced. What about your body? This is your vehicle for your life.
Yeah, isn't that interesting? How yesterday, matter of fact, yesterday I pulled up at work. a light showed up on my car, and so after work I went straight to the dealership and said, there's a problem. Please diagnose it and fix it. But when we feel that light in our own body, like, oh, there's a problem,
I've got a bad
we don't fix it.
Yeah, because guess why? We're too busy.
Yeah.
Because that is our world now. Time is our enemy. We're always pushing, trying to get more packed in because maybe we have our families, we have work, we've got dogs to walk.
Right.
You're always, I just find that we put ourselves last.
Yeah.
When you're taking care of everybody
I don't
else.
have time to feel bad.
Yeah.
I don't have time.
It's like, you got to hurry up.
Keep on going.
And you're supposed to look gorgeous at the same time.
Right.
You manage it. Well done.
Well, thank you.
Look at you. Fantastic. I'm going to hang out with you more often. This yoga thing's supposed to help. It's not helping. I need more makeup with every year of my life. I don't know what's happening. But it's true, right?
Yes.
It's time to take care of you. At FitQuest, we're giving you everything. We're giving you access to the Echelon app. You've got 30 days. Try it out. Find something. I really call it like connecting to your joy. As kids, we loved being on bikes.
Yes.
So I just think this kind of fires up your joy. I like dancing. I like a lot of things, right? That connect you to a joyful feeling. Get your breathing. I'm like out of breath.
And
so
do it.
It's a good cardiovascular, low impact, no impact on the joints. So you're exercising safely and effectively. You can adjust your resistance, so you can challenge yourself.
Absolutely. Maybe,
very,
you know what, matter of fact, we'll take you on another tour of the bike so you'll know exactly what to get. Annika, let's do on your bike because Annika has it on in the blue and a lot of you are shopping for the blue. Don't forget we also have purple. But take us on a tour.
So here are your pedals. So you're not putting your foot in any cages. It's so easy. You simply put your feet on here. So it's a super stable, recumbent design. That means it's low and you're stretched out. So you're not standing up. There's no impact on the joints. There's less impact in this position. As we move up, we've got a really easy to see display, right? You do calories, time, distance, whatever floats your boat in terms of motivation. Here you've got the adjustable resistance. The resistance is magnetic. So you dial it to the plus as you go up, and you go all the way down, and you'll feel that difference. That's good because we're all different levels of fitness, right? So you can switch it up. As we go up, you can adjust your seat height, and that's for your own comfort level. And as you stretch out and cycle, you'll feel what feels good. The best seat in the business, and a nice lumbar support. So it's very sturdy. Again, handles to sit you down, so you're exercising safely.
For sure. And then wait, before we get on, if you want to fold it up.
So fold it up. There's a little pin. And just pop that pin out, and it's a vacuum cleaner size.
Love.
Right, but again, who wants to vacuum?
Right.
I like riding bikes way better.
And then when you want to get on, and then you adjust your seat, and that's what I love, because that's something that you need to feel comfortable. So it's nice that if you have longer legs or if you're a taller person, then you can adjust to where you feel most comfortable. But you'll notice there's nothing in your way. You get on, and you start moving, and you can go as slow as you want to pedal, or as fast as you want to pedal, completely up to you, and you are holding on. So while there's no handle in front of you, there are handles on the side of you, so you never feel unstable. And you're noticing you can adjust it higher or lower, longer legs or a taller person or shorter. Really, really simple. That's what I like about this. When it comes to kind of making lifestyle changes, simple is number one, because if they're too complicated and hard and expensive and hard to incorporate into your life, you're not going to do them. This is easy. And that's what we love. And it's easy to order. It's $53 on your credit card. That's simple. All of those January, sign up for the gym. Yeah, that's only for January. In February, you're going to get a gym bill. What I love is with this, you have it at home and you use it as much as you want, anytime you want. Nobody else's sweat is on it. Nobody else's germs. It's on your own time. You'll notice nothing's plugged in, so you can put this literally anywhere.
I've just noticed you're doing your little wrist exercises with your beautifully coordinated, cute wrist weights. Well done, Donna, right? So again, the best thing about a recumbent bike setup like our Flex Cruiser is that you can do other things at the same time. So for me, again, I craft, I make jewelry, I checking my emails. But instead of sitting there and hunching over and getting stiff, I could use my hula chair, I could have my flex cruiser, I could have my wrist weights on, but I'm going about my day, but in a much healthier way. I can dial up my resistance, right? I can go a little harder, or I could sit for a whole hour and just do a really smooth, gentle range of motion. And this just makes it so good for beginners.
For sure.
Right? And it's, you know, you can be an elite athlete that's looking for an extra training, a way to train if you're in an RV, you're in a smaller space, or you need a piece of equipment in your office. Because it's quiet, you're not going to disturb anybody. I do have in my RV, my camper van parked outside in the parking lot. So, and I mean, it's kind of funny, but when you're on the road, and many people make the choice to retire or to take trips, and they're on the road and you're living in a smaller space, why not have a product that you can fold up and it'll pop in a closet behind your chair, but you don't have to sacrifice your fitness and your health, right? Because of lack of space.
Or space, or when it folds up. It weighs 28 pounds, but it can hold and accommodate up to 220 pounds, which is fantastic. And biking truly is a staple when it comes to fitness, because nearly every sport, nearly every athlete, pro athlete, and then some that you know, get on the bike. Even I've been watching the football games. You're going to be watching them this weekend, many of us. And when, especially in those colder climates, when the athletes are not on the field, do you know they're on a bike on the side?
On the side, right.
When you're watching, you know, professional basketball games, when they're not on the court, many of them, to stay warm and to stay moving and active, they're on a stationary bike right there on the floor. So these are the kinds of things, these are not gimmicks or fads. There's a lot of fitness stuff that comes and goes, especially around this time of year. But when it comes to cycling, it's a mainstay. And when you do go to a gym, what do? You get on the bike. When you do think about some of the hottest fitness classes, they are bike and cycling and spinning related. Now you've got the equipment at home. What you do with it is up to you. If you want to watch the Echelon app, you can do that. If you want to just kind of do it on your own while you're watching your favorite program, you do that as well. Totally silent. We've got 3 of them going. I'm going to stop talking for a second. You don't hear a thing. Total silence.
And that's really, really important. Again, if you're sharing space with somebody, if you've got paper-thin walls in your apartment, you know, the worst thing is treadmills, dum, 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 and you hear somebody thudding on a treadmill.
Oh my gosh.
And again, you just had a baby, you want to start getting back in shape. It's the easiest way. It doesn't matter what shape you're in, anybody can get started on the Flex Cruiser bike. You're in a comfortable, stable position. Because I'm comfortable, I'm going to want to keep doing it. If it's uncomfortable, you'll stop. You'll find excuses because your body doesn't feel good. But what we're saying is, instead of sitting on the couch and watching your show for your hour or your 30 minutes, why not benefit yourself? Sit down and just pedal. Again, joint mobility and flexibility. It keeps us going throughout our lives. It's the first thing that goes. We're using our core, we're sitting back supported. You know, if we engage our core, right? And if you want to use some wrist weights, you could, I mean, you can kind of compound, you could have a stretch of your upper body while you're sitting, you can craft, you can type on your computer, you could eat your food. But because the lower body, so the upper body is stable and still, I tell you the funniest thing, throughout the pandemic, I did all my Zoom calls, I'm like, hello. Yes, and I was even on a walking treadmill, a desk treadmill.
And nobody knew, right?
An hour, 2 hours, I don't want to sit there. And nobody knows because you're sitting there. Now you're getting a bit glistening. You know, you're starting to heavy breathe a bit. Dial down the resistance. But just keep the range of motion going.
That motion.
I'm telling you, we're spending too much time sitting is the new smoking. And I'm telling you, if your hips are tight, your knees are sore, your ankles, it's because there's not enough blood flow going to those areas.
Because look at these. Look at the way even the pedals are made. I can move my ankles. Now, if I'm riding a bike out on the street, I wouldn't move my ankles like this. But do you see how I can get? Do you see how I'm moving moving.
Point
Look,
and flex for me.
Do you see how that pedal isn't locking you? It allows you to move. So I'm getting movement in my ankles and then all the way up my legs and my knees. All of the largest muscles in our body are our lower body. So when you work your lower body muscles, you're essentially working your entire body. This is the thing. A lot of us, some people exercise because they like to exercise.
Right.
But many of us exercise because we like to do other things. We like to travel, we like to play pickleball, we like to play golf. When you're exercising and strengthening your body, it allows you to do those other things that you like to do. So I'm not asking you to like to exercise, I'm asking you to exercise because of all the things you do like to do. And the more, the stronger, the more balance you feel, the more energy that you feel when you're here. Think about how that translates when you're out on the golf course, or when you're out playing tennis or pickleball, or running through an airport with your luggage, you know?
Yes.
You just feel better because you have energized your body in an easy way. hsn.com, use the app, the HSN app. It's a free app on your phone, or you can use that QR code. But if you're watching us, sometimes we tell ourselves, why not? And there's a lot of reasons why not, but really the only reason why is for you. It's really the only reason there is.
And not only for you, for your family.
Yes.
Right? For your family. You need energy for yourself. Oxygen mask on you. Fill your own cup, as one of my good friends always tells me. She goes, fill your own cup first. Right? Because we just tend to give so much to everybody else. So you're making one little decision where you're saying, you know what? This is the best way to warm up the body. If you are stiff, go to England, live in a cold, damp country, and you're stiff every day. That's why I moved to Florida. I'm like, oh, I can do anything. I'm like Superwoman. I go home, my finger's white, I can't move my wrists, and I can't get out of bed in the morning, right? So it warms you up. A bicycle motion gets the blood flowing, gets the heart and lungs healthy. I'm toning, I'm strengthening, I'm getting cardiovascular, low impact on my joints. But it's like putting some oil, getting an oil can and oiling up the pivot points, the points we need to walk upstairs, to bend down, to lift, all those functional movements.
For sure.
But you're in a comfy position, you're stable, and again, I can watch TV, I can craft, and I can be at the computer on my Zoom call. And they don't know that I'm getting a nice lower body workout.
You're doing it.
Right?
You are. You know, and me, I'm so guilty of like the scroll. Like my thumb gets so much exercise from the scroll.
Strap that thumb to your hand.
Yes, for on social media. So this is your time to pick yours up. I know that our clock is quickly running down. So here's your item number that I want you to go ahead and order with. It's 814459. You can spread the payment out, use any major credit card, and it's $53 and change to get this home. You choose, do you want purple or do you want blue? Either way, we'll send them out to you, and then you do have access to that Echelon app as well. Now, we've already taken $40 off of our regular HSN price on this FitQuest, but if you want maybe another $10 off, we can do that. We give you $10 right off the bat to put in, and we put it in your account, and you can use it towards any purchase that you make when you open an HSN card today. So just visit hsn.com/HSN card. Now, quickly, Annika, while I have you, I want to remind you of the two other items we featured. The wrist, well, it's wrist, and
ankle,
waist.